Hey everyone, how's it going? This is gonna be the last arena I'm gonna draft until the expansion hits. I previously said that I'm gonna retire from the arena temporarily. Well, not retire, but take a leave just because I was doing so bad. But I've played once since I've made that announcement, and I'm gonna do one last one before things really heat up for the expansion because it's a really fun time for experimentation for a lot of people. And for me, um, while I'm not winning currently often, uh, I could take advantage of that time for newer players trying to try out new cards in the arena, and everyone's also trying to discover things at that point. A lot of people have been using tier lists like Hearth Arena to do their drafting, and they make super. You hardly see bad cards in the arena anymore, and there's gonna be a lot of unknowns at that time when Old Gods comes in the arena. So I'm gonna try to take advantage of that going on to try to get some wins. I've been reading a lot about the new cards and trying to see where they fit in the arena. So hopefully I'll have an edge. I have a last pick here of this last arena. I'll go with the Warlock. It's the class I play the most, but it's my middle. It's my fifth best class. It's better than these two in my win rates. We're picking for value here, and it's going to be either Mistress of Pain or Armored Warhorse. I'm going to take the Mistress. 1/4 for 2 mana is obviously no good, but it's a card that has Demon Synergy. It's a 2-drop, and it could take out some small stuff and let me tap early on. Armored Warhorse is okay too, but I'm not gonna. I don't feel like relying on a Joust to win. I think this is a more valuable card. Jeweled Scarab, Sacrificial Pact, Shadow Bolt. So it's going to be the Scarab here. Warlock cards don't tend to be too good, but I think a random 3-cost card could be better than a Shadow Bolt. Shadow Bolt it's a very middling removal, I'd say. Um, three mana for 4 is not too good. We'll go with the Scarab. That's Demons, Tinkertown, Nightblade. Unfortunately, none of these picks are too good. I'm gonna go with the Tinkertown. 3 mana for 3/3 isn't the worst thing in the world, but I'm gonna try to look for a mech in a situation where the stats are kind of tied. Sense Demons doesn't really make sense in the arena unless you go and pick every demon you have, and Nightblade's just not a good card. Imp Gang Boss, Anubis Saf, Acolyte of Pain. It's clearly Imp Gang Boss. It's a class that some experts say single-handedly saved the Warlock, so there it is. Succubus, Soulfire, Mad Bomber. It's going to be the Mad Bomber here, I believe. Soulfire is a decent card, but I think having the Mad Bomber is better. I don't like... Discarding cards has always made me uncomfortable. But it is a dangerous card. I like the Bomber better. Use of Sergeant, Fearsome Doomguard, Demon Fire. So all of these cards are kind of in the average zone, I'd say. Really don't know which is the best card here. I think the Fearsome Doomguard is not too bad. It's good to have some big drops. It has some value. I like it. I'll take it. Ogre, Ship's Cannon, Spiteful Smith. It's going to be the Ogre here in terms of pure value. Spiteful Smith doesn't really do anything for the Warlock, and Ship's Cannon, it's just a regular 2-drop. This is good stats for the value, as he says in his flavor text. Tank Max, Anubis Saf, Lost Tall Strider. So I don't want too many big things, and I already drafted a big guy. I think it's going to be a Lost Tall Strider here. Yeah. Reliquary, Light Warden, Implosions could be clearly the Implosion here. Reliquary is a constructed card, and Light Warden has no synergy of the Warlock. Sludge Belcher, Angry Chicken, Fencing Coach. Taunts are pretty good with the Warlock because conserving your life is the most important. It's a win condition, sort of, for the Warlock. So you could keep drawing cards. Sludge Belcher is a premium pick. Tauren Warrior. The funny thing, my computer actually overheated before this pick, so it went away. I actually have to I have to cool down my computer with an ice cube in a medicine cup, which is really lame. Okay, back to this pick. I think it's gonna be the Shadow Bolt here. Tauren Warrior is a really uninspiring card, even though it's a taunt. Ogre Magi is just it's average. Go with the removal. Injured Blade Master, Mind Control Tech, Felguard. It's gonna be the MC Tech here. Felguard is no good unless you get it out of Bane of Doom or the guy who throws things out. Injured Blade Master is an okay card, but MC Tech has good upside. Void Terror, Void Crusher, Eerie Statue. It's going to be the Void Terror here. Not much to say about these two picks. Tournament Medic, Soulfire, Novice Engineer. It's going to be the Soulfire here. I don't really need to draw cards with the Engineer, and Tournament Medic kind of negates the damage I take when I tap, but I'm not too comfortable using it as a 1/8. Grunt, Iron Forge Rifleman, and Power Overwhelming. It's going to be Power Overwhelming here. Pretty good reach, or for trading small things into bigger things. Leper Gnome, Lord of the Arena, Sense Demons. I'm going to go with Lord of the Arena here just because it's a taunt. The other cards aren't too inspiring. Power Overwhelming, Zombie Chow, Murloc Raider. It's going to be the Zombie Chow here. Great early game control card. Lord of the Arena, Frigid Snowbolt, Ice Rager. So here, I don't want to have too many big things, so I'm going to go with the Snowbolt here. I don't think it's a crazy idea to work in this part of the curve. Argent Squire, Capture Jermonger, Void Walker. It's going to be the Void Walker here. Pretty solid pick. Genie of Zephyrs, Garrison Commander, Faceless Manipulator. I don't think it's crazy to take Faceless Manipulator here. I'm going to have to start working on my 2-drops. Garrison Commander would help that early game, but I think there's enough value to take this card with what I have. Murloc Tidehunter, Shattered Sun, Gold Shear Footman. I'm going to go with the Shattered Sun here. Hellfire, Dragonling Mechanic, Murloc Tidehunter. It's going to be the Hellfire here as a board clear. So far I have enough control. I have a lot of spells. Stormpike Commando, Draconid Crusher, Raging Worgen. It's going to be the Worgen. I'm really down on 2-drops. Lowly Squire, Lost Hallstar, Narubar Weblord. It's going to be the Narubar Weblord just to fill the 2s. Noitron, Power Overwhelming, Mad Scientist. I like to take another one of these, but I need to fill this 2-drop curve. Lost Hallstrider, Raging Worgen, Priestess of Loon. I'm gonna go with another 4-drop here in the Hallstrider. Raging Worgen has more value, but I have more than enough 3-drops. Right, even this out. Tiny Knight of Evil, Mind Control Tech, Crazed Alchemist. I'm gonna take another 2-drop here, so it's gonna be the Tiny Knight of Evil. Draconid Crusher, Archmage, Clockwork Gnome. I think it's gonna be the Draconid Crusher here. Pretty solid closer. Fencing Coach, Reliquary, Argent Commander. It's gonna be the Argent Commander here in terms of sheer value. Last pick, Coliseum Manager, Violet Teacher, Gadget Zan, Auctioneer. So I have 1, 2. Spell is kind of, it's gonna be one of these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spells. I think it's gonna be the Violet Teacher. I don't need the extra synergy to draw cards. Better to put some tokens down in the field. So it's be a Violet Teacher. Okay. In terms of my early game, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of fringy, but I think I have enough early game to cover the most 3 drops here and some 4s. A couple of big things, but not too many. In terms of synergy, there's no demon synergy going on at all in this whole deck. No one really helps demons. Yeah, I'll see how I do. Spell damage boost for Implosion, and also Shadow Bolt and Soulfire. Now overall, I'll see how this deck does. There's a lot of taunts in this deck too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do some fancy things with Faceless Manipulator. It's the only epic card I think in this whole deck. Yeah, let's see how it goes.